So I just watched the new Superman movie last night, and there's a lot of thoughts that I have around it, and I wanted to share with you guys. There's a lot of good things, a few of bad things that I think that could be fixed. First very main thing is James Gunn himself. I think that it's a very good addition to the DCU, and I think that was a good choice to have him heading this new universe, because James Gunn is really respectful with the material, and he really understands like this nerd universe. And there's a lot of his style translated to the movie, like mainly from things that we've seen on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We can see being translated here, like the fact that he chooses very obscure characters here and there to explore their backstory, and some choices with visuals and with graphics is really good, because it's very pleasing to watch, and I think that it really plays well to the movie's advantage. And I think that the main highlight for me is Superman himself. The actor does a great job playing Superman. I think that it's a good choice to the character. He's really goofy, he's really simple, really a person that you can see that comes from the countryside in Kansas, from a very simple family of farmers. So, and you can see that translated into the movie. I also think that Lois Lane is a very good highlight in the movie. I think that the actress really plays well the character, and I like the approach that they give to their relationship between Clark Kent and Lois Lane, being more about like them challenging themselves within the relationship and understanding who they are with each other, which is really great. The visuals of the movie is great, like the CGI is incredible. The soundtrack is really good. There's a lot of hint to nostalgia there. We can see the original soundtrack from Superman the movie a little bit revamped here, and it's really nice to see it. I think that it's really good the story that they chose to start, because this is a new start for the DCU, and I think it was a really good choice to give this introduction to this new universe. There's a lot of things established throughout the movie, but there's a few things that don't work quite so well, and I think that the main thing for me is the casting and writing of the Kents, of Clark's parents. I think that the casting is really weak, very forgettable, and the writing as well doesn't help with them, because we know that Clark's parents plays a lot into his worldview, into his backstory, and here in the movie it feels almost like they're there just as a reminder that Clark is from Kansas, he's a farmer boy, but there's no depth on that, there's nothing beyond that. I think it was a really weak point of the movie. I was expecting to see much more of them influencing on the story. Also, I think that Lex Luthor, yes, he's a good villain, he plays really well in the movie, and I think he's a good choice because it's a Superman movie, so you kind of expect to see Lex Luthor there a little bit. But I think that there is a little bit of forcing from Nicholas Hoult on his acting as Lex Luthor. There's a feeling that almost Nicholas Hoult is almost dialed up 20% more than the movie requires every now and then. It feels a little bit misplaced. It's not that it's bad, it's just because it's not refined. I have a personal taste. I think that Jesse Eisenberg is the best Lex Luthor we've seen on screen so far. And I think that he plays really well Lex Luthor in Batman versus Superman. Even though not a lot of people like the movie, but I think that he really understood the character, and he really embodies what Lex Luthor is. And I think that Nicholas Hoult just like misses the point a little bit. The goofiness of the movie is really good. I think the jokes are there, they're landing. Most of the time you're laughing with them, but there are some moments that those jokes don't come across quite well, mainly on the third act. It requires a lot of seriousness, and it just feels that they missed the point there with inserting jokes here and there, and I don't think it works quite well. The movie overall is good. It's a really enjoyable movie. It's a good superhero movie. I think it gives a good introduction to this new DCU universe that we're gonna start to see from now on. But there's a few flaws here and there. I don't think it's perfect. I think there's a lot of things that they could fix in terms of like tone and in terms of casting mainly. But yeah, overall the film is good. I think that it's worth go and watch it, and don't go expecting to see like a classic Superman movie. It's different from the classic ones. It's very different from Man of Steel. Like the tone, everything is very different from it. Like it tries to distance itself as much as it can from Man of Steel. But also, I really enjoy the fact that they nod a lot to the classics, like with the soundtrack, with references to the Smallville TV show. Like there's a lot of inspiration. I think there's a lot of respect to the material that they already had, but also don't really depend on that. It just like creates a new personality and a new universe around this new Superman, and it's really great. I think everyone should try and go and watch it and enjoy it.